At Home with Lino's back, Joe Batista. Where you been? Doing
It's a long story. Well,
no, it's not a long story.
Nice
Dan
to meet you.
Guthrie, Joe, you've been working on that new carryout, haven't
we
you?
finally got it done, and ladies and gentlemen that are fans of ours, thank you for missing me. I heard ratings have been down.
Horribly.
Yeah,
and
so-
plus, I'm losing weight, and we don't want that.
No, not at all, not at all. Well, anyway, we got our carryout done. We want to thank all our customers for enduring it and the people that helped me build it to get it done fast. So we'll skip past that, but what I want to talk about is Picata De Vitello.
Picata Di Vitello.
And you asked me about wine.
Yeah.
What wine would go good with this? Pretty much nowadays, you're free to do whatever you want.
In moderation, I
Right,
should point out.
and correctly, as in the old days, this would go nice with a glass of white wine of your choice. But being a red wine drinker myself,
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, so I got that advantage going. I would drink a glass of Cabernet with that because this is a heartier dish. It's a little bit heavier with the butter, caper, white wine sauce that goes over the top of this.
What
and lemon, of
what do we
course.
got here?
Well,
it is a veal dish,
Right.
basically.
What I did was I took some veal leg slices and I pounded them thinly. I took a very hot frying pan, browned because they're so thin. All you have to do is brown them on each side and they're done.
Quick.
You don't want to overcook them or else they'll get too dry. But we just browned them for maybe a minute on each side. In a little bit of olive oil and butter. Go ahead.
Talk a little bit about veal. What I mean,
Veal is a very young, cow, milk-fed that hasn't gone to eating grain yet, so that the meat stays white. It's more lean. Yes, it is possibly more heart healthy, depending on when you.
the taste. What's the difference in the taste?
It's a much more delicate flavor. It's not heavy like red meat is. People shy away from it because they feel, for more than one reason. Either they feel that animals are mistreated or that, it's something very foreign to them. But it tastes very similar to a pork.
Okay.
Pork roast or something like that in ways. And I know we won't mention these other restaurants in town, but that have used pork instead of veal, and they pass it off to you. But that's a scandal that we'll investigate on another show.
Joe's dropping some bombs here today, man. All right, this is veal.
Veal. Anyway, so after we browned our veal, I take the veal off the heat, put it on my plate, and then I create a sauce with the remnants that are left, a little bit of flour, a little bit of white wine, a little bit of chicken stock, lemon, of course, and capers.
What is first of all, before you get to capers, what does chicken stock do for it? I mean,
It just gives a little extra flavor.
Okay.
I think you could do with or without it, but I like to put it on there.
okay. And now the capers.
Capers, they've been around
That's
since.
what these little pea-looking things are, right?
About 3000 BC. If you look back, it's a documented fact that Noah ate it on the ark. So when during the big storm.
No way.
Yes, way up. So anyway, so that they've been
They
around a
bring
long
just
time.
2 clumps in, or do they come in clumps? What does capers come in?
Well, capers are it's a berry that hasn't matured yet,
okay.
from a very spiny, prickly perennial plant that grows Asia through the Middle East and the Mediterranean. So it's usually picked very young. Then they put it in brine or vinegar type of solution. Tastes lemony, almost like green olives do.
Oh, okay.
So
Does a caper grow up if it's picked young? Does a caper grow up?
no, it
to be a
doesn't
green
do
olive?
anything. No,
It doesn't do anything?
No. They do use this in tartar sauce, so you may be eating capers and not know it.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right.
But I want you to try the dish. I think.
Well, I think we'll take a break. This is.
They always do this to me.
Well, I asked Dan if he liked food when I said you.
He doesn't look like it because he's pretty skinny.
You like
but
food, don't you?
I do like food. I'm a fan.
It is a fan.
Every once in a while, I'll have a little food.
Yeah, that's a good thing, Dan. That's good. So we'll let we'll sample the Picata De Vitello Did I get that close to right?
Yes.
Di Vitello?
Did you get the red wine? We got red wine? This is the last part of the day, isn't it? We could have red wine now.
We'll be right back. By the way, you can get that recipe at WIFR.com. Get all the ingredients. Also, hit up Joe at the restaurant. He'll just give it to you right there, too. Stay tuned.